Westminster Road I've just come from, and it's the village of Foxrock. Village with no transport. They took away the bus that came through here only a couple of times a day, so there is no public transport here. But very old post box here. K1 phone box, 1926, so when we were an Irish Free State. Well, I've come here for this, of course. Been here numerous times before. Well, the gates are open. In there is the remnants of the platforms, and Kieran Cooney, who an excellent digital archivist, reckons the landscaped gardens have them buried. Let's just carefully get across here. It's very busy, this road. So the railway station opened in 1861. Initially it opened in 1859, and but it fully opened in 1861, so it was probably just a modest station, probably just with a platform. But it really took off in the 1880s, 1881. I'll correct that if I got that date wrong, when 3 platforms were put in and sidings, and the expansive bridge that connected all 3 platforms is under the Dublin South Eastern Railway. So as you can see, excuse me, as you can see in what Kieran Cooney digitised from the last weeks of the line, where there's a race meeting taking place and people just getting off the platforms here in their flat caps, in their Macs, winter scenario of 1958, trilby hats, you know, that look, and running towards this hut. This was the ticket hut. Coming through this ticket hut and getting access to the race course. So there would have been a level crossing here, and there would have been the tracks would have come down here, down there to an island platform, and then you had the Bray platform where the station building was and the loco shed, and then behind that were additional sidings. So there's actually additional sidings here. So when the trains came in, there would have been steam specials came in, and during the race meetings the steam specials would have come down here and waited for the trains back to either Harcourt Street, or some specials might have come from Wicklow town, or even Arklow. I'm just speculating. So there would have been it would have been the through lines here, up and down lines here, through lines, and then sidings either side. So, and then at the beyond the station there were sidings as well. But it's evident after the line closed in 1958, when Jim O'Dea visited this and took some pictures after the closure. He came to this location twice. So he came in January 59, and then 18 months later when the last tracks are being removed from this area. Very poignant. And you have steam trains, but yeah, one of was going through the workers' heads, you know. It's the thankless task of removing the line. So let's come down here. So yeah, so this tarmac-headed area is the up and down line. Then you have the siding there. We've had a long railway siding coming right down here. Let's go down to the very end. So after closure 1958, we had this just became overgrown. They removed the tracks, the ballast gradually disappeared, and then I guess the telegraph poles were taken down. Might have been some there in the 60s. And let's just get across here, it's safer. So this footpath here is where one of the sidings was. So there's the retaining wall separating the railway from the track. There's an old gate entrance, so must have got access to the, must have been steps down there. Well, you notice that now. Probably a wall going back to the 1880s. So again, long siding down here. Two tracks went into one. Then you had the up and down line. So basically, this car park was cleared, I think, in the 1990s. Fast forward, but excuse me. There is a possibility in the future. It's unlikely to happen, but they could bring a single line through here, but it's probably unlikely to happen. So let's get down here. The way nature takes a grip on the past. Yeah, so in there is the former track bed. So that when OD visited this scene, the trains would have been here removing the last tracks. And if you go into the OD collection, go into Foxrock, you'll see those pictures as well. Or if you follow me on Facebook, so I put it on the several groups. Let's have a look here. Yeah, the brambles and the weeds and the nasty stuff just take over. Former track beds in there. What would be nice, if they did clear it, even if there wasn't a railway there again, or a Luas there, did clear it for a walkway down to Carrickmines, or even down to that bridge. There's a bridge down there at the Brighton Wood, even down there, and that might happen, might not. So the retaining wall goes in here. It's a long retaining wall. It's quite a drop on the other side. So as I talked about this already, really about 1980, I was made aware of the line by asking my late father questions about the humpback bridge at Shankill there, Dublin Road Bridge, Shankill, and eventually my brother probably annoyed him into asking me just to take me along the old line, which he did, in fairness to him. And so I probably visited this site in 1980, so all this area would have been overgrown in 1980. That's what, 22 years after closure. And then remember biking it up here back in spring 88. That's one of my massive regrets. I didn't have a camera with me, and I got onto the platforms. Everything was still intact then. The station building was still there. All the infrastructure was there. It was just heavily overgrown, but they would have removed the footbridge. I think the buildings on the racecourse side were removed, but the station building was very much there, and the loco shed, and you know, the platforms are all definitely there. And I remember standing on the platforms, and I have the muscle memory of it, but unfortunately I didn't have to take pictures. We didn't back then. Everything is digitized now. I'm using a camera phone or your own mobile phone to capture a moment. Yeah, talk about the timeline they put down here. The only disappointment about it is the cars are in the way, so it's hard to read it. But here we go. This is brilliant. This is what I'm talking about. Excellent. So here we go. Okay. So this is taken. This would have been taken June 1960. This is a brilliant picture, and you can see the last of the tracks being removed. Engine 354, and there's a steam crane there as well. So just roughly where I am now is this picture, and the two guys, the steam engine driver and his helpers, posing for a picture. But yeah, so these are the last weeks of the tracks being removed from the station, and locomotive J9 class, number 354, built at the Great Southern Western Railway in Shikora Works, 1903. Then you have the snail logo from CIE, or from, yeah, CIE. This is just before closure, December 1958. Sorry, this is, I read that correctly. This is August 59, so the line was being lifted at this stage. And there we have the pillars that we still have. And there's a hotel there, which is there. Now it's present. Now, during the Civil War, there was a lot of damage on this line, and the signal cabin was burnt out. 1894. Twice we lost the signal cabin, so to a storm in 1894, and it was destroyed in 22. But this one here, this is quite a big signal cabin. And again, James O'D took pictures of the interior. Worth checking out. It's great to have all these photographs. So we have, this is a beautiful picture. The station building, the distinctive footbridge, the island platform, race platform. So much going on in this picture. Lovely scene, but this is after closure again. And then this is from the OD collection. So just beyond the pillars there, that's where it was. This is where I am now, the car park just there. And you see all the sleepers being taken up. There was actually a fire in 1960. Somebody set the sleepers on fire. So we have a race special here, a bit of a grainy picture, but still you get there's the shed building, it's over there. So there's a modern reference there. So diesel powered race special 58, so this is towards the end. Race specials were so popular that up to 3,000 people a day used them to go to Leopardstown. And then about the ticket office that we still have today. And I won Best Station Awards. And here's the great poet Samuel Beckett, who lived in Foxrock and wrote about the line. It's radio play All That Fall, first broadcast on BBC 1957, set in Foxrock but a fictitious name called Bog Hill in the plain. The entire scene, the hill, the plain, the racecourse with its miles and miles of white rails, 3 red stands, the pretty little wayside station, I see it all. We all know your station is the best kept of the entire network. So again, here's a double steam, probably going to Wexford. I'm going to Bray. There's a lot of really striking gradients on this line, so really tough gradients. Lovely image there as well. This is beautiful. This is the race platform. This is taken from the footbridge, the signal box, all the sidings there for the race specials, and the race course in the top there. So it's a really gorgeous picture. It's 1940. Now we have the drum battery car, so unique, 50 years before the Dart. Battery operated car, invented by James Drum. So it was used in the line between 1938 till 1949 when the batteries became expired. So this is the timeline here. The line opened 1854, stationed, opened for a temporary platform 1859, but fully opened by 1861. The site was donated by the Bentley brothers, original developers of Foxrock, and then it was considered to be a desirable place to live for mansions and pretty villas. Leopardstown Racecourse opened in 1888, third platform added and sidings added. Battery trains 32, diesels 54, so they were phasing out the steam. Nobel laureate Samuel Beckett radio play All That Fall, set mainly in Foxrock, first broadcast on BBC, and then sad closure in 58. And then last but not least, this was the largest and most important intermediate station in the line, and that's without question. Kind of had a dual purpose for locals as well as racegoers, so I think it's incredible to think there was thousands of people came in and out on steam trains. Up to 3,000 in one day came in and out on steam trains to this line to use this station for the racecourse. Different time, but it's nice I love doing these videos. I keep doing them. I tend to come back to old locations, but what I wanted to do was reflect on what was it like before 58 and after 58, but that's why I put up after 58. And just to conclude, this is the Hedgerows, so it's a nice reference to it's a nice reference. I'm a bit nervous about going into those gates and they're closed and I'm stuck inside, but the platforms are in there. But so this would have been built in 1991. So just looking back, so the two main lines, up and down lines, and then the sidings either side. So this is my longest video yet. So 15 minutes 49 seconds. My god, appreciate anybody getting through this. Thank you again.